Morning, Paul Georgi from Allendale. It's May 11th, 2011. The USDA gave us the supply-demand numbers this morning, and of course created a surprise again here today with ending stocks increasing on corn, old crop 730 million bushels versus a trade estimate of 665, and last month at 675. So they increased ending stocks in corn. They increased the ending stocks in new crop corn, raised it to 900 versus a trade estimate of around 800 million bushels. So that initial reaction will probably be a little bit bearish to the market, calling it I would have to say anywhere from 5 to 10 lower because of the volatility in the markets. Then go over to the soybeans. They raised ending stocks there as well. 170 in old crop soybeans versus 140 last month. 153 was the trade average. So that's a significant number there, and I would expect that we could get some pressure in the market because of that as well. And then in the wheat, they actually kept the ending stocks the same on old crop wheat, and new crop wheat was raised to 702 versus the trade, or was put at 702 versus a trade average of 674. So some confusing numbers when you start thinking about, well, how did they get to this point? They lowered the yield by a full 3 bushel an acre. From a trend yield of 161.7 in corn, they lowered that to 158.7, which is truly a surprise that they took all of the variation or the potential yield loss out in this first report, basically, of the crop year. The initial reaction, negative. However, I think the bulls are going to be fueling the fan here, saying there's absolutely no way at 158.7 bushel an acre we're not going to get all the acres planted, because they used the acreage number that was given to us on the March 31st report. So a little bit of something for everybody here, the way we're interpreting this morning. Certainly a surprise on the ending stocks, but they took it all out of demand. They just lowered the exports in corn, kept the ethanol pretty much the same, ethanol demand. So therefore, looking for if we see some further increase in demand, if we would see some purchases by China. I mean, the bulls are looking at this as saying, well, there's no way that we're going to have 92 million acres planted because we can't get it planted. The bears are saying, well, look at this, guys. We have controlled the demand by high prices, so we're going to have plenty around. So a real tug-of-war continues in the grain markets here this morning. On the world situation, not much really there, pretty much in line with trade estimates. The significant number was in the soybeans. World soybeans, they raised from 61.5 up to 63.8. Sizable number there for the old crop. Once the report is over with and the reaction here in the first 10 to 15 minutes, I think we're going to be looking at outside markets, and we've got some changing of attitude there this morning. The dollar has firmed up. Crude oil has dropped off significantly, and metals have fallen sharply, especially silver. We've seen the silver market was up 70 cents to $1 early, then down $1.50 or so off of basically news out of the Eurozone, where Poland has raised interest rates, the concern over Greece having to recalculate and refinance its debt because it's trouble meeting the payments. and will Germany and other countries continue to support that, or are they going to let them hang out to dry, so to speak? So that is going to affect the dollar and affect overall attitude by investors. So we're going to have to monitor that very closely. You combine that news with a bit of negative news here fundamentally, you could see some further pressure in the market, something that we're watching very closely. And if we take out last week's lows, it certainly opens the door for further pressure to the downside, especially in corn. In wheat market, weather is still impacting us. We've got still too wet in the northern plains. How are we going to get all this wheat planted and get the yield that the USDA is suggesting is going to be a big question. We've got poorest conditions ever in winter wheat, and are near record poor conditions in winter wheat. And you've got Europe, Germany, France, Italy wheat crop, and Spain's wheat crop in trouble because of dryness. So a lot of variables going on, and I believe the traders will have to balance this as we after the first few minutes here look at it and see if the bulls will be able to take a stand here this morning. In the livestock trade, choice beef was up 193 yesterday, select up 123. Pork was cutout values were higher. We've seen some demand improvement there as fill-in buying for Memorial Day holiday coming up here in a few weeks, I think helped us out there. We've still got tight supplies of market-ready cattle the way it looks. Show lists are a little smaller than last week, so a possible help there. We've seen packers come out and bid 113 yesterday late, and we'll see who gives in here this morning. So overall, look for lower opening in the grains, and then we'll see if the bulls can stand their ground and provide some buying here as the day goes along. So if you got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. There's a lot of stuff going on here this morning. We'll be happy to answer any questions you got, and you can reach us at 800-262-7538. We wish you a very successful trading day. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.